What's up, YouTube? So I'm filming this video, right? Because I'm bored and I'm vlogging, and I usually don't just vlog and talk to y'all. But I'm just showing y'all like what I like to do, what I do after work. Simple life, but you know, it is what it is. Gold spicy miso, maruchan, ramen noodles. Go get some. Like you have to. Y'all see my fish? Hey, his name is Cassius. Cassius, say hey to the camera, buddy. Cassius, what's up? They looking at you. He know I got something on him. He's a smart little thing too. He's like, what the fuck you doing right now? Usually when he sees me and I come over here, look, he's all excited. There it is. Hey, Cassius. Hey, Cassius. What's up, buddy? He like, what the fuck you doing, bro? So this is a little something I've been working on. I know. One day I'll make a full like video on how to do these if you're interested. But like you already know what it is. So I didn't really think you had to. I thought they all grew like at one time, you know what I'm saying? But you have to harvest them as they grow. Like this one, they say when they get like this too big, might not be as potent. But like this one's perfect. This one's probably good. So, yeah. If you have brown paper bags like this, you can keep them in the fridge for about a week or so. Right now, I'm going to rinse them off. I just harvested these right here. They were ready to come out. These, as you see, those were the biggest ones. Those are not quite ready. So when you have these here, and by the way, these are penis envy. So just research it, whatever. If you have a bag like so, paper bag is specific because it won't keep the moisture to mold them or keep the mold growing on them. They need to be able to breathe. So that's why if you have a paper bag and you want to keep them fresh for just a week, about a week, you can have them in a paper bag, keep them in the fridge. But yeah, so right now, these are the ones. I'm just going to rinse them off, cut them, probably, maybe not. Just keep them like this. Put them in the bag, keep them in the fridge. So we ready? Yep. You know it's good. It don't even got English on it. But yeah, this the noodles. A little round thing. About to put the water in there. Oh my God. The spicy miso sauce. Oh yeah. It's perfect. It's like oily. It's savory. It's just right. What's up, y'all? I totally fell asleep on y'all last night reading this book. Meet Your Straw Man. It's a good read. I'm all about like historical informational type information, or reading. Like the fictional stuff I get bored. I just can't get into it, but if it's teaching me something new, it's history, I'm all for it. Y'all. So just grab your listening ears. I'm gonna go through a few things in here that I just wanna like people to know. I said I start doing this more often, like putting more information out there. It's just a passion that I have. You know how like some people don't care for YouTube, care for making videos, making content, whatever. It's just like I said when I was younger, you know how they ask you what you want to be when you grow up. I used to say teacher a lot. So, you know, things come in different forms in life, and so this is my way of being a teacher. Like we gonna definitely have fun on this channel, but also I'm definitely also connected to what is real to me. I say that because I believe that everyone's perspective on life, everyone's perspective is their truth. And sometimes you can't argue someone else's truth. But on this channel, for the sake of not, copywriting or not sounding unauthentic, I'm gonna make sure I have facts whenever I want to come and talk to you guys, talk to you ladies and gents about anything. I'm gonna make sure I have some type of fact backing it up, because at the end of the day, that's what people want. And when I look for information, that's what I want. I'm like, okay, make it make sense. So, however I get my information, I'll make sure I try my best to connect the dots for you, help you make it make sense in your head. But I'm going to start doing this more often. Fundamental Friday. Maybe I'll start once a week. Maybe I'll do it twice a week. I don't know. Just however I'm feeling. But I know one thing. One key to success. One of the keys to success is consistency. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna at least do it every Friday, and it'll be Fundamental Friday. So you guys know, you can come on here on Fridays and learn a little something. The book is called Meet Your Straw Man and Whatever You Want to Know. It's not expensive. I think this book is like $10. Coco got it from Amazon, I believe, or whatever. I don't know where she got it from, really. Don't quote me on that. But it's called Meet Your Straw Man and Whatever You Want to Know. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. And that was Proverbs 3:13. So you don't really even tell who's the author of this thing. They don't want to be in no type of trouble. So I'm not going to read this book verbatim. I'm going to summarize it. I'm going to hopefully break it down for those who don't really have an understanding of any of these things. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to just share a little bit for now. Because if you want the book, rewind the video, get the title of the book. I said it. If you want the book, you need to go get the book. And I wish I knew where to tell you where to go get the book. That's me being a bad content creator. Okay, so let's start with this. What is a straw man? Well, it's not really saying it's what is a straw man. It's kind of leading up to that right now. So let's see. Your straw man was created when you were very young, far too young to know anything about it. But then it was meant to be a secret, as its purpose is to swindle you, aka trick you. And it has been used very effectively to do just that ever since it was created. None of this was your fault. It happened because your parents were fooled into thinking they needed to register your birth and get a birth certificate for you. So they applied, in all caps, for a birth certificate, not understanding what would happen. Well, what did happen? Number one, when they applied for your birth certificate, they lost ownership of their baby, aka you. Number two, they allowed a straw man to be created. You can't blame them because nobody told them what a straw man was or is, or how it can be used against their baby. In actual fact, the registration is a contract, which is in reality null and void because there was no full disclosure by the local authority, nor was there intent to contract on the part of your parents. The registering of a baby's birth passes ownership of the baby to the local authority, and that alone allows the local authority to take the child away from the parents if they ever want to do that. DCF. Not saying some children don't deserve to be in a better home. I'm just saying. Originally, a lot of these systems that are in place were not originally for good intentions of the people. So what is a straw man? A straw man is a fictitious legal entity created with the hope that as the child grows up, he will be fooled into believing that he is actually the straw man, which he is most definitely not, and pay all sorts of imaginary costs and liabilities which get attached to the straw man by con artists. So basically, a straw man, y'all can think of it as an alias, right? It's like when somebody doing business, but then doing business as another company as well, right? To make it in the simplest terms for you guys and gents and gals. In the simplest terms, when your name is in all caps, like on your birth certificate, when your name is in all caps, that is not you as a human being. That is you as an entity, as a corporation. You know how you have a sole proprietorship when you're trying to apply for a business, and it's like, okay, are you a LLC, corporation? Are you a nonprofit? Are you a sole proprietor? Which means you are the only person in your business that represents your business or whatever, your corporation, whatever it is, right? When your name is in all caps on any document, it means that that's the straw man, that's the alias, that's not you as a human being. This is an entity. And listen, I'm not going to read the whole book so you understand why that's an entity or whatever. Y'all got to go get the book. I'm telling y'all this because I want y'all to start getting this knowledge too. Like, the whole purpose of me giving you this knowledge is because we being played. And I'm tired of people getting played. I'm tired of good people getting played. So anyway, they created this straw man alias to create a way to get money from you. Simple as that. Like, if they don't have your name in all caps on this document or whatever, they can't send you a bill or send you a notice saying you owe this much or that. Because you as a human person ain't no debt. Debt is not real. They print money which has no value. Debt is not real. And so debt is not real for you when it's certain debt. I'm talking about income tax, all the taxes and stuff like that. Hospital bills, like, you know, stuff being sent to collections and stuff like that. So they created the straw man when you were born, and they didn't even let you make it out of the hospital yet before they created the straw man. And what they did was they placed this entity, because when your name all caps on this birth certificate, your name is in all caps. Your parents registered you. Now the government owns you. That your parents, by doing that, your parents signed away ownership of you to the government. So I'm not saying anything bad about your parents, once again, because they didn't know. So now you're an entity, you're a registered entity with the state. You're a registered entity with the state. So what they do, they create, that's why you got a number. That's why you got this social number. They create a number for you. They tag a number to you. You have a number to you now. They use this information and put you as an entity on the stock market. And they're making money off of you by doing this. By you as an entity, by the way. Not you as a human, but you as an entity, they're making money off of you on the stock market. But says somebody, we elect a government to represent us, and so we have to do what they say. After all, they have our best interests at heart, don't they? Well, that is a nice thought, but is it actually true? No, it isn't. You think that you elect politicians to represent you in your government, but that is not what you can actually do. That is not what you actually do. That is part of a very carefully fostered illusion intended to keep you in your place and giving most of your earnings away, typically 80% of all you earn. Part of the secret is that what is supposed to be your government is actually a privately owned for-profit company, and all that you do when voting is to help choose the serving officers inside that company. It will never make the slightest difference to what happens in the future, as the company policy and actions are controlled by the owners of the company, and they are not influenced in any way whatsoever by what you want. Think that is far-fetched? Then check it out via Dun and Bradstreet or any of the other place, which records the setting up and performance of the 160 million commercial companies worldwide. When you do that, you will discover, for example, that the United States is a commercial for-profit company. The United States Corporation is a private company. The non-federal Federal Reserve Bank is a private company set up in the year 1913. As is every court and every police force, and even Congress is a company and not a person. Just in case you are not aware, the purpose of any commercial for-profit company is to make money for its owners and shareholders if they have any. They want you to be so burdened down with paying them money and working so hard and so long that you don't have the time, money, or energy to stop and think about what's happening to you and your family. That is so true. Like, if you think about it, we get up every day. It's the same cycle. We get up every morning, go to work 5 to 6 days a week. Some of us have 2 jobs, 2 and 3 jobs. Never home. Never home. We got to pay rent where you barely lay your head at. You got to pay for water that the earth provided since the beginning of the beginning, for which our ancestors before they were colonized did not have to pay for water. And then you get energy from the sun, but you have to pay whoever your electric service provider is, pay them every month. When why shouldn't it be the norm for every house, every building to have solar energy? It's give the people why are you making me pay for the sun's energy? Like my ancestors, your ancestors, we didn't have to pay for no energy, no light from the sun. Don't keep up. Listen, we had the fire going that night or whatever. We had our own ways too to create light. Now, the limestone granite in Egypt, that helped create light. Well, the way they had the certain buildings set up, the sun will shine through and it bounce off the granite. It creates a certain type of glow. We had ways to create light. They want y'all to think we didn't have electricity, power, and all this way back in those times. If you look on the pyramids or the walls of the pyramids, you'll see they had these things that look like huge light bulbs. So they had some type of energy source from somewhere. So they have a number of well-proven methods of distracting you and keeping you from finding out. They want you to see a great deal of entertainment. Not that entertainment is bad. So, not that all entertainment is bad. My bad, I had a call. Not that all entertainment is bad. They also have another very effective technique, and that is fear. They want you to be afraid. Afraid of imaginary terrorists, afraid of disasters, afraid of new diseases, afraid of foreign countries, traveling, outside of your perimeter, where you live at. Scared to travel because they talking about the cartels and they talking about this and that. People knocking people off, people going missing, people don't want the Americans over here doing because of this or whatever. Afraid of the economy falling, doing badly. Really, that's all I had for you for today. I just want to give you some insight on what a straw man is. I'll probably read this book again because I got to go through it again. I didn't make my highlights the first time, so now I got to go through and make my highlights. So I may come back and because some other stuff in here about money, like what is money, the history on that. The monetary system, the history on that, like the history on the wars, World I and World II. Like it's history about this. The history about the reasons why you would hear so many bad things about Gaddafi, but they claim he was such a bad guy, but he was making it to where his people didn't have to pay for energy. He was making it to where his people didn't have to pay for health care. He was making it to where his people didn't have to pay for education. He was making it to where married families would get a stipend from the government, get a whatever you want to call it, a check. As soon as a couple get married, they give them a check to help them. Like, they took family serious. And you know, they portrayed a lot of people, and that's another thing this book goes into, is the corporations that own, or the people that own the media. Like, the media shows you what they want to show you. Okay? Like the news, your local news channel, all them news channels, right? Yeah, even some newspapers. You can't trust everything you hear and you see. So the media controls what they want you to see. They not talking about this kind of stuff on the media. They gonna talk about this kind of stuff on the media? I don't think so. Are they gonna... It just goes deep. This book really does go deep into why the war started, why they made Gaddafi look like such a bad guy, and then assassinated him, why they assassinated Kennedy, why they assassinated Hussein. It goes into that. Like, you have to read it yourself. But there'll be more things like this I want to talk about with you guys, guys and gals. I'm trying to break the habit of saying guys, because not everybody is a guy. There's going to be a lot of things I want to share with you. Please bear with me. I'm not used to really speaking, and this is what makes it authentic, I think. Like, if you want to come, if you're looking for a channel that's like, oh, dots their eyes and all that, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to have some bloopers. I'm going to say some things and have to come back and correct myself. I'm a person, okay? So it's like, if you're looking for a channel it's professionally done or whatever, you know, listen, I'll get there. Really, my dream is to have, and I wouldn't say dream, but what I want to eventually do is a podcast. I want to interview a lot of people in my family. I want to interview people. I just want to talk about a lot of different topics and, you know, get different perspectives on things. That's really what I want to do. But as for right now, I'll just start bringing you all information and share it with you, and educate. But thank you all for listening. I hope you have a wonderful evening, a wonderful Friday. Stay tuned for the next Fundamental Friday. All right.